Starting to think in English is like unlocking a treasure chest. What if I told you that inside that chest lies a world of opportunities? A world where you can speak with anyone, anywhere without hesitation, where words flow freely like a river. But here's the question: how do you open that chest? How do you start thinking in English? Is there a key? And what is that key? You might be wondering, why should I bother? Well, imagine a world where you're not stuck translating words in your head every time you want to say something. Imagine speaking with confidence, understanding everything that's said around you, and reading English like it's your first language. Doesn't that sound incredible? Isn't that the kind of skill you've always dreamed of? A skill that will not only help you connect with people around the world, but also open doors to new career opportunities, friendships, and knowledge. But how do you get there? How do you shift from translating every word to actually thinking in English? The answer is simpler than you think, but also a journey, an exciting journey that takes you to places you've never been before. Not physically, but mentally. And believe me, that's a place you want to visit. Starting to think in English requires patience, practice, and the right mindset. It's like learning to ride a bicycle. At first, you might fall, but once you get the hang of it, you'll be riding smoothly, effortlessly. You'll no longer need to translate from your native language because English will start feeling natural to you. And how wonderful will that be? Imagine feeling like you were born to speak English, like you've always known it. Now, let's talk about how to make that happen. It's all about immersion. Surround yourself with English, but don't just listen. Don't just read. Engage. Live in the language. Picture this: you're walking down a busy street, and you see people speaking English. What if, for a moment, you could understand everything they were saying? Not because you studied the words, but because your brain was processing them in real time, without hesitation. This is the magic of thinking in English. You'll start by listening to English music, watching movies in English, reading books, and even thinking about your day in English. At first, it might be tough. You might find yourself thinking, "This is too hard. I can't do this," but trust me, if you keep going, the progress will surprise you. Now, here's the part that will really make you think. What if I told you that you can start thinking in English right now, no matter where you are, no matter what level of English you have? Yes, it's true. The first step is to start small. Think in English about simple things, like what you're going to have for breakfast or what you did today. Little by little, you'll build your confidence. And once you gain confidence, your mind will slowly start switching from your native language to English. It's like learning to swim. At first, you may be afraid of the water, but eventually, you'll be floating effortlessly. You might wonder, how long will this take? There's no magic timeline. But don't let that scare you. Every day that you spend thinking in English, You are moving closer to your goal. You're getting better, even if you can't see it right away. And one day you'll wake up and realize, I've been thinking in English this whole time. That's the moment you'll be waiting for. But don't forget, the journey is just as beautiful as the destination. Every mistake you make is a lesson. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow. And every step you take is one step closer to the dream of thinking in English. Now, you might be feeling excited, maybe even a little nervous, but that's okay. That nervousness is a sign that you care, and that's what matters most. So embrace it. Take a deep breath and keep moving forward. You will make mistakes. You will feel frustrated at times, but you will also feel proud of yourself each and every time you push past those challenges. And here's the best part: once you start thinking in English, it becomes so much easier to speak it. No more searching for words or feeling unsure. You'll speak English with the same comfort and ease that you use when you speak your native language. Your thoughts will flow into sentences, and your sentences will form beautiful conversations. But it's not just about speaking. Thinking in English opens up a whole new world of understanding. Have you ever read a book or watched a movie and thought, I wish I could understand it the way the original creators intended? Well, that's another magic trick that thinking in English allows. You'll get to understand the culture, the humor, and the depth of the language in a way that translation just can't capture. Let me remind you, there's no shortcut to mastering this skill. But the beauty of learning to think in English is that the process itself brings its own rewards. Every day is an opportunity to grow, to challenge yourself, and to improve. You're not just learning a language, you're changing the way you see the world. You're connecting with people, ideas, and stories in ways that you never could have before. And the more you practice, the more natural it will become. If you're wondering whether you'll ever get there, let me tell you this: you already are. With every word you read, every sentence you speak, and every thought you have in English, you're on your way. Trust the process. Believe in yourself. You are capable of thinking in English, and one day it will feel like second nature. Now, before I finish, let me leave you with this beautiful thought: language is not just words, it's the bridge that connects us all. And once you start thinking in English, you'll find yourself standing on that bridge, ready to cross into a world full of endless possibilities. So, take a step forward and let the journey begin. If you feel inspired, if you feel ready to dive into this new world of possibilities, then I invite you to keep coming back. Like, subscribe, and share this journey with others. Together, let's make the dream of thinking in English a reality. Let's unlock that treasure chest and see what treasures lie inside. Keep going, keep dreaming, and always keep learning. Every person who has mastered a language has faced the same struggles, the same doubts, and the same fears. But they pushed through. They didn't let mistakes or setbacks stop them. They kept going because they knew that the reward would be worth it. And so will you. Think about how different your life will be once you can truly think in English. It's not just about the language, it's about the freedom that comes with it. You will no longer feel restricted by your native language. Imagine traveling the world and being able to speak with anyone, anywhere. Imagine participating in discussions on global issues, understanding the latest news, and accessing knowledge that might have once seemed out of reach. When you think in English, you gain access to the entire world. You become part of a global community where boundaries of language disappear and understanding takes its place. This is the magic of language learning. It's not just about speaking, it's about connecting. You'll be able to share your thoughts, ideas, and dreams with people across cultures, and you'll gain a deeper understanding of their perspectives. And as you continue to practice, you will notice small changes. You'll catch yourself thinking in English more often. Maybe at first it's just a few words here and there. But as you build your confidence, entire sentences will flow naturally. And before you know it, you'll be thinking in English without even realizing it. It will become as natural as breathing. But let's be honest, this process isn't always easy. There will be moments when you feel like giving up, when you struggle to find the right words, or when you feel like you're not making progress. But those moments are a part of the journey. They are a reminder that you are learning, growing, and pushing your boundaries. And every time you overcome a challenge, you become stronger. You might start to wonder, how can I make this process even faster? Well, the answer is simple: immerse yourself. Surround yourself with English in every part of your life. This is where the fun starts. Start with listening. Listen to English music, podcasts, and audiobooks. Turn on English subtitles when you watch movies or TV shows. Listen not just to understand the words, but to feel the rhythm and flow of the language. Pay attention to how native speakers phrase things, how they express emotions, and how their tone changes in different situations. This will help you understand the nuances of the language and allow you to start thinking in English more naturally. But listening alone isn't enough. You also need to practice speaking. Speaking is where you truly put your knowledge to the test. It's one thing to understand the language, but it's another thing entirely to use it to express your thoughts and ideas. And the more you practice, the more confident you'll become. Find someone to speak with, whether it's a language partner, a teacher, or even just practicing in front of a mirror. One of the most important things to remember is that making mistakes is part of the process. Don't be afraid of them. Embrace them. Every mistake is a step forward. It's a lesson, an opportunity to learn and improve. Think about it. If you were learning to play an instrument, you wouldn't expect to play a perfect song the first time. The same goes for language. So, don't worry about perfection, focus on progress. Another tip is to think in English throughout your daily life. When you wake up in the morning, think in English about what you're going to do that day. When you're walking somewhere, describe things in English to yourself. When you're cooking or doing chores, try to think about what you're doing in English. The more you do this, the more your brain will start to associate English with everything you do. Also, try journaling in English. Writing is a powerful way to help you think in English. Start by writing a few sentences about your day, your feelings, or your goals. As you do this regularly, you'll notice that it becomes easier to express yourself in English. You'll be able to think of words more quickly, and your writing will become more fluid. As you continue to practice, don't forget to celebrate your achievements, no matter how small they may seem. Every time you think in English, every time you speak or write in English, you are moving closer to your goal. Those little victories are worth celebrating because they show you that you are making progress. But let me remind you once again that the key to this process is patience. You won't wake up one day and suddenly think in English perfectly. It will take time. It will take effort. But every step forward will be worth it. Every time you think in English, it will feel like a little victory. And those victories will add up to something big, something that will change your life. The journey to thinking in English is not just about the language itself, it's about changing your mindset. It's about opening yourself up to new ideas, new ways of thinking, and new ways of connecting with the world around you. When you start thinking in English, you start seeing the world in a different light. You start understanding things from a global perspective, and that's something truly amazing. So, what are you waiting for? The world is waiting for you to join the conversation. The world is waiting for you to share your thoughts, your ideas, your voice. Don't let anything hold you back. Embrace this journey. Start thinking in English today and see where it takes you. Remember, the key is to take it one step at a time. Don't rush. Enjoy the process. Every day is a new opportunity to learn, to grow, and to improve. So, keep listening, keep speaking, keep practicing, and keep believing in yourself. You are capable of achieving this. And one day you'll look back and realize just how far you've come. If you're feeling inspired and ready to take that first step, I invite you to continue this journey with me. Subscribe and stay connected for more tips and inspiration. Together, we'll unlock the full potential of your English skills. And remember, the best is yet to come. The world is full of words waiting to be understood, and you, with your courage and determination, are unlocking the door to them, one thought at a time. Every word you learn, every sentence you speak, is a step toward a brighter future where your voice can be heard and your dreams can take flight. Never stop believing in your ability to grow, to connect, and to create. The journey to thinking in English is not just about learning a language, it's about discovering a world of endless possibilities. Keep going, for you are more capable